Hi there. This video is an exam paper walkthrough of the Edexcel GCSE Mathematics Higher Tier Paper 1 from summer 2023. This paper is worth 80 marks in total, and this is the third video of 4. It will focus on questions 14 to 18, which account for 19 of these marks. Edexcel paper 1s are non-calculator, so a calculator cannot be used. A little disclaimer: there may be more than one way to answer a question. The methods shown in this video are not the only way some mathematical skills can be applied. Okay, let's get started. Question 14a. Write 1 over 16 in the form 4 to the power of n, where n is an integer. So we need a base number of 4, so I'm going to first of all figure out what 16 as a power of 4 would be. Well, I know that that's 4 squared because 4 times 4 is 16. So I'm going to replace 16 in this fraction with 4 squared. So 1 over 4 squared. Now, the problem we have here is we've got the reciprocal of 4 squared. If we have the reciprocal of 4 squared, 1 over 4 squared, that means we must have started with a negative power. So it must be 4 to the power of negative 2. So n is negative 2, which is an integer, a whole number. So 4 to the power of negative 2. Part B, work out the value of 8 to the power of 5 over 3, subtract 9 to the power of 3 over 2. So there are multiple ways you could do this. I'm going to write 8 as a smaller number as a power. So I know that 8 equals 2 to the power of 3. I also know that 9 equals 3 to the power of 2. So I'm going to replace 8 with 2 to the power of 3 times that power of 5/3. And I'm going to replace 9 with 3 to the power of 2 times that power of 3 over 2. 3 times 5/3 is 15 over 3. 2 times 3 over 2 is 6 over 2. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2 to the power of 5. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. It's 4, 8, 16, 32. Subtract 3 to the power of 3. 9, 27. So we're doing 32 subtract 27, which is 5, and that goes on our answer line. Question 15. The equation of line L1 is y equals 2x subtract 5. The equation of the line L2 is 6y add kx subtract 12 equals 0. L1 is perpendicular to L2. Find the value of k you must show you're working. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange L2 so that it's in the form y equals to start off with. So 6y equals, I'm going to subtract kx and I'm going to add 12. So 12 subtract kx, and then I'm going to divide by that 6. So y equals 2 subtract k over 6 x. So this is L2, and L1 is y equals 2x subtract 5. Now, if L1 is perpendicular to L2, then it has the negative reciprocal gradient. Okay, so if the gradient of L1 is 2, y equals mx plus c, and the m is the gradient, then the gradient of L2 must be negative a half because it's the negative reciprocal. At the moment, I have negative k over 6. So if negative k over 6 is equal to negative a half, what must k be? Well, we can multiply by negative 6, or we can see if we can spot what would happen. If I want this to be a fraction over 6, I would multiply it by 3. So it would be minus 3 over 6. So we can directly compare what k should be. So k equals 3. Question 16. Here is a sphere. So we have a sphere and we've been given the formula for the surface area of a sphere, which is 4 pi r squared. 3/8 of the surface area of this sphere is 75 pi centimetres squared. Find the diameter of the sphere. Give your answer in the form a root b, where a is an integer and b is a prime number. So these are the important things we need to check in our answer at the end. So if 3/8 of the sphere is 75%. So 3/8 is 75 pi, sorry. 1/8 would be divided by 3, which is 25 pi. So the whole surface area, times by 8, because I'm working in 8, so 8/8, which is the whole thing. 25 times 8, 8 times 5, 40, 200. So the whole surface area, so total surface area is 200 pi. To find the surface area, we do 4 pi r squared, and that would give us an answer of 200 pi. So let's divide both sides by pi, so 4r squared equals 200. We're aiming for the diameter. This is going to give us the radius. So let's get the radius first and see where we're at. So let's divide by 4. And then we just want the radius itself. So the radius is the square root of 50. Now, if the radius is the square root of 50, we want the diameter. The diameter is double the radius. So the diameter is 2 root 50. However, A is an integer, B is a prime number. 50 is not a prime number, so we need to simplify 2 root 50 further. So we can simplify this as 2, and then 50 can become 2 times 25. And then, which will become 2 times 5 root 2, which will become 10 root 2. Let's check this. A is an integer, B is a prime. 10 is an integer, 2 is prime, so we're going to write our diameter as 10 root 2 centimetres. Question 17. Make x the subject of the formula. So we have this formula here, and x appears on the numerator and the denominator. So we're going to have to do some expanding and rearranging to start off with. So let's expand the numerator. So 4 times 2x is 8x, 4 times -7, -28. Now I'm going to multiply by the denominator. So 5x plus 3 multiplied by y equals 8x subtract 28. I'm now going to expand this bracket. So I have 5xy plus 3y equals 8x subtract 28. I'm making x the subject, so any terms that have x in, so it appears here and here, I want them to be on the same side of this equation. So I'm going to subtract 8x over to this side, and then I'm going to subtract 3y over to this side. Now I can factorise for x. So if I factorise for x, I get 5y minus 8 inside the brackets, and then I only have one x term, which means that I'm going to end up with x equals eventually, which is what we want. And then I'm going to divide by the bracket. So minus 28 subtract 3y over 5y minus 8. And that... oh, it's not y equals. Is x equals. Question 18. 7 kilograms of carrots and 5 kilograms of tomatoes cost a total of 480 pence. So 7 lots of carrots plus 5 lots of tomatoes is 480. The cost of 1 kilogram of carrots to the cost of 1 kilogram of tomatoes. So kilogram to carrots is in the ratio, carrots to tomatoes, so is in the ratio 5 to 9. Okay, work out the cost of 1 kilogram of carrots and the cost of 1 kilogram of tomatoes. So we're trying to find the value of C and T is what we're trying to do here. So I've got an equation here in terms of C and T, but let's see if I can make an equation in terms of C and T out of this ratio. So C divided by T is equal to 5 divided by 9, which means that 9C is equal to 5T. Well, if 9C is equal to 5T, I can replace 5T in this equation here with 9C. So if we go to here, 7C plus 9C is equal to 480. 7C plus 9C is 16C. So then if I divide by 16, C is equal to 30. Okay, now I know that C is equal to 30. Let's go back to this original equation. So 7 times 30 is your 7C. Add 5T is 480. 7 times 30 is 210. plus the 5t. Let's subtract the 210. So 5t is 270. Divide by 5. So t is 270 divided by 5. So that's 5 remainder 2. That's 54. So 1 kilogram of carrots is 30 pence. 1 kilogram of tomatoes is 54 pence.